Hi everybody, Kira here at Unfurl, and today's video is, do you ever find yourself believing you will never be loved? Do you feel hopeless about ever being loved, ever being cared for, ever meeting someone who loves you? So, hello Mabel. This is something that I'm familiar with. It's something that I come across in the therapy space with clients quite often. And I'm going to propose something for you to consider. Is it possible that the part of you who feels, I'll never be loved, I've tried, it hasn't worked out, it's never going to happen, is it possible that that is your inner child talking? That is the experience of your inner child when you were young? That you lived in an environment that either was very chaotic and cold and people were emotionally unavailable or emotionally volatile, or that they seem to be available. When you look back on your childhood, you think, yeah, people were there and they were looking after me, but somehow you still felt unseen, uncared for, and kind of secretly believed that people were saying the words, but that they didn't really love you. And that points to a child who wasn't loved in the way they need to be loved. That you may have had all your basic needs met, but that you weren't cared for and met in a way that got in, that felt like, yes, this is love. And so your experience as a child was, I'm not being loved, therefore I am not lovable. But the child is still waiting. All children are waiting for it, hoping for it. But eventually, somewhere in childhood, maybe you came to the conclusion it was hopeless. Love's not coming. No one cares for me. No one loves me. It's never going to happen. And it must be my fault. It must be because there's something wrong with me. And so then this child that you were moves through life, getting older, becoming an adult, looking like an adult externally. You look in the mirror, you see an adult, you go about your life, you get a job, you do all that stuff. But internally, you were still looking out through the eyes of the child that you were, who is still holding the beliefs unconsciously, I'm not lovable. It's hopeless. No one is ever going to love me. And you may have absolutely no awareness that that is going on, the programming by which you're living your life. And you may go into adult relationships and they're a total fiasco, or you may end up in relationships that seem nice, that you're with somebody very loving and very kind, but there's something in you that's going, oh, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel quite enough somehow. And that's because this inner child unconsciously is still looking out into a world where they feel unloved and uncared for, despite any evidence to the contrary that may actually be happening in your adult life. The inner child is still holding that experience because it's unexpressed, it's unacknowledged, it's unconscious. And then you may have gone through a series of, very volatile relationships or troubled relationships, and then eventually go, I give up. You tried the online dating thing, it's not getting you anywhere. Look, it's not going to happen. It's hopeless. I'm never going to be loved. I'm never going to meet somebody. And maybe now, for the first time ever, you're actually meeting what it felt like for your inner child. Because you were no longer going through the motions of trying to get a relationship, because you're no longer looking for a relationship and caught up in the doing and the thinking, now you're left with the original experience of relationship, which is it's hopeless. No one is ever going to love me. And so though you may feel now as an adult that this is a fact, this is reality, maybe what you're actually coming into contact with for the very first time is your inner child. You think it's you. You think it's the truth. But actually, you're meeting what has been driving you unconsciously all this time. In good relationships and in not so good relationships. And so now here you are in adulthood, hopeless, despairing, it's never coming. And look, sure, it's me. And who would want to be with me? Look at the state of me. I'm just so negative about everything all the time. I feel so down about everything. I'm so boring. I'm so whatever. And now you are doing to yourself, to your inner child, exactly what was done to you when you were a child. Ugh, I'm such a drag. Ugh, I'm so boring. Oh, I'm so unnoticeable. I'm so just down about everything. So you're having the experience of your child who feels hopeless and bleak. And then you're also being the adult, the dismissive adult who is trying to shake them off a bit. Ugh, get away. So you're abandoning yourself in this experience. You're trying to get away from yourself. And so the child is left in despair again. And so the solution to this is, and the reason it sort of perpetuates is because the part that now needs to be on board is your kind inner mother. This nurturing part of you who awakens and may not be awake yet in you, because how could it be? You didn't experience it externally in your childhood. If you had experienced it in your childhood, it would have awoken it internally in you, because it exists in all of us. It's a part of all of us, this kind, nurturing, caring, empathic, compassionate aspect. It's in all of us, male and female. But if you didn't experience it externally, it didn't light the pilot light of that internal experience of being kind and caring towards yourself, towards your own inner child. But it's not too late. This is the good news, everybody. This is the good news. That the solution to this part of you that is in despair of ever being loved is to awaken in you the kind inner mother who turns to this inner child and says, tell me all about it. I'm not going to try and get away from you and your experience. I want to know about it. Tell me about it. I will sit with you while you tell me of your despair. And so now what you're doing is, as an adult, feeling the despair of the child, the heartbreak, the hopelessness, the darkness. And at the same time, you're bringing presence to it. You're in connection with the part of you who can warmly sit and bring comfort to yourself in your discomfort. And for the first time ever, this child is not alone in the darkness. There is a kind adult in it with them. And that kind adult is you. Now, there's no blame or shame because this part of you has not been activated, because it couldn't have been. If you didn't experience it, it couldn't be awake in you until now. So it will take work to awaken this warm, caring, kind part of you who can be there for yourself in your times of distress and need. You may be able to apply those warm, caring, compassionate qualities to other people. So you know that they exist in you, but you just have not internalized that experience and made it available to the part of you, this child part, who actually needs it. And when this inner child starts to receive this kind, caring parent on an ongoing basis, the more you're in connection with the inner child, and remember, when you're freaking out and believe, life is terrible, I'm a loser, I need to bring in the inner mother here, and you actively choose to move into that part of yourself, even though initially you won't believe it, and you go, I hear you, little Kira, or whatever your name is, right? You speak to yourself out loud, mind you. The more often you do this, the more this inner child begins to feel soothed. The story of I'm alone, I'm hopeless, it's never going to change will begin to soften. Because more and more often, this kind, caring part of you comes in to connection within yourself, holds yourself in your distress. And the child begins to settle down. And so the internal story of despair doesn't go on for hours or weeks or months. You notice it faster. I'm in the despair place. Okay, bring in the kind inner mother. It's okay, I hear you. It's really tough for you right now, but you're doing a really good job. It's going to be okay. We will get through this. This part will be soothed much more quickly. And so instead of lasting for a few weeks or a few months, it might last for a few days or maybe just a few hours. So there's an internal comfort coming to your discomfort that allows it to settle down. And then it's no longer the driving force of your life. It's no longer the only story. This child is not alone steering your experience of life. You have another part who is able to come in and take charge kindly. It's okay. I'm here now. I'm really good at doing life. Look, I've got this far. So you relax and you leave this bit to me. We'll figure it out. It changes your internal experience. And when your inner experience changes, your story about yourself begins to change. The story of I'm unlovable, nobody will ever be able to love me, softens. Because your inner experience tells you it is possible to be loved. Even though sometimes you feel despair and hopeless, it's not the only story. It's not the sum total of who you are. You are some of that, yes, because life is tough and there are crappy things happening out there. So we're acknowledging the truth. Yes, this part of you is telling the truth, a part of the truth. And then this other part of you is coming in with a softer, kinder experience of life. It's going to be okay. So it takes time. This piece of work really takes time, but this piece of work will change your experience of life. It makes love possible. Because you're not being driven by a child who doesn't expect or hope for, who goes around with the energy of despair and bleakness. It changes your inner, can we say vibration without sounding too out there? It changes your inner world. And when our inner world changes, our outer world changes in reflection to that. Reflecting back to us, wow, there is more love available. Reflects back to us what we're beginning to experience internally. There is love in life. There is love available. Love is all around. And you begin to see it. Not just coming towards you, but between people and their pets. You start to tune in to the love that is available in life, and you know it's all around you and it is internal. And so maybe a loving relationship will unfold. Maybe it will not. I'm not going to lie and say this is the fix-all to living happily ever after in a relationship with another person, but it is certainly going to steer you into the possibility of a life where you are in relationship with yourself And this changes everything. This changes your experience of life. You're in connection with love within yourself. And that is what you bring into your life and your everyday. It takes time. It's going to take time. And if you can find a therapist to work with, and maybe a therapist who works with internal family systems, this idea of there's these parts of us, because it can really help you to connect with all these different parts of you who are necessary to support you and comfort you and get you through life in a more balanced way. So that's one way of doing it. Or, I'm an art therapist. If you don't want to go and see a therapist, or if you don't have the funds to go and see a therapist, right now, today, on a piece of paper, draw, matchstick people are fine, but draw a little matchstick person. And that is your inner child. And beside them, holding their hand, draw a little matchstick inner nurturer, mother figure. Regardless of what your own experience of your mother was like, the one on the page that you draw will be the mother that you need. Exactly how you needed mother to be that may not have been possible, right? So you create that image, inner child, inner mother, put them connected, and put them in loving connection with each other, and then put a little circle of light around them, and on the page somewhere write, I am safe, or I'm with you now, or in it together, or whatever the message is that this inner child has been waiting to hear all this time. Let the mother speak to the child. Let the mother tell the child what it is this child in you has been waiting to hear. Okay, that is it. This is a very big video. Okay, 17 minutes. All right. I'm going to finish up now. There's a lot there for you, but I just want to say there is hope, and the hope is in you. Love is in you. I'm sending you lots of love to your inner child, to that inner nurturing mother part of you. And I really hope that they find each other. I really do, because I know it will change your life. Okay, that's it for now. If you're enjoying the videos, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you very soon.